Might be some big changes to the Skyshow.
Not quite dead, but pretty close to it. Baz says he's delivered on a 2020 promise to deliver a bigger and better Skyworks. And he has. If by bigger and better, you mean smaller and crapper. Budget's being slashed from $2.5 million, which gets you this, to $740,000, which gets you this.
Hit it! Woohoo! Yaddy!
Another victim of COVID.
It had almost done its dash before COVID, to be fair. The Change the Date movement has clearly made some people self-conscious about celebrating Australia Day so brazenly. And it's increasingly difficult to ask ratepayers in the city of Perth to fork out for something that for 24 hours turns their burb into downtown Mariupol.
There was almost fireworks in someone's kitchen.
That's an unexploded Russian missile in the kitchen of an apartment in the Ukrainian city of Kharkov. Puts our little out-of-control violence debate into perspective. You know life's loose when you have an undetonated bomb next to your kitchen sink and you take time to make a TikTok about it. This cracker night has been a pain in the arses of every Lord Mayor we've had since the first event in 1985.
Stand by, Perth. The sky's about to explode with the 96 FM stereo Skyshow.
We called it the Skyshow back then, really hit its stride in 1988 when we put on an extra large show and a live performance by the Mucky Duck Bush Band to celebrate the bicentenary.
The duck, there's a blast from the past.
It wasn't the Skyworks until 1996 when Lotto got naming rights. The Lotto sponsorship meant the Australia Day fireworks didn't need a state government bailout, which was a good thing because the Premier at the time, Richard Court, was going full Reverend Shaw from Footloose and saying he would only pay for it if the music was toned down.
To be fair, those bush dances were rowdy.
The Lotto funding deal was so controversial that two City of Perth councillors got in a punch-up over it. Councillors Bert Chidori and Bill Sutton took the earrings out and started chucking furniture at each other at Council House.
Baz has it easy.
And he's not the first mayor defending this thing. Peter Nattrass, you remember him?
Yep.
Lord Mayor in 2007 says that year's event was the greatest spectacle Perth has ever seen. This is what the news report said. The event ended with two barges catching fire and burning debris raining on foreshore revellers, sparking spot fires in South Perth. And a boat also sank at the Coode Street jetty.
Yep, a roaring success. Would you be sad to see it go?
I'm sad to see another bit of daggy Perth disappear. The Skyshow's been Percy Penguined out of existence. And I hope that generations to come will talk about the strange period in history when 300,000 West Australians got pissed up on bush tooks and breezes and belted the living shit out of each other on the foreshore while listening to Icehouse, before drink driving to Northbridge or Scarborough to continue getting their punch on. We needed the Skyworks to iron out any kinks. You can pull a hammy if you don't warm up down on the Esplanade.
Still plenty of violence in Northbridge.
Former Western Bulldogs player Brennan Stack in court Monday to face serious charges. He's joined the long list of former AFL players charged with an atrocious act of violence. Judge has denied him bail. He and co-accused Shy Martin are behind bars until at least the end of the month. The incident has sparked debate about how we can stop violence in Northbridge. We're talking about the need for more cops. Again. More money. Again. Curfews. Again. Better lighting, community patrols, identity checks and scans at pubs. We've done it all. And still people end up in hospital. Unfortunately, the unavoidable reality is you could have 1,000 cops in Northbridge and you're still going to have terrible things happen to innocent people. The most dangerous thing on earth is always going to be a young man who's pissed up or methed up at 2 a.m.
Or a bikie in between clubs.
Dayne Brajkovich has been charged with 2 counts of displayed insignia of an identified organisation in a public place. One of the public places being a shopping centre, which I assume has a store that sells garish jewellery. The alleged incidents were on January 21 in Ascot and January 30 in Belmont.
I don't understand how he's just been charged.
Or just charged twice. He's got HAMC on his nose, for f***'s sake. Anytime this guy goes outside without an IRA balaclava on, he's breaking the law. I assume he's going to plead guilty, or he might try to convince the judge he's a rusted-on fan of Japanese heavy metal tribute band High and Mighty Colour. As far as we know, he still hasn't joined another gang.
Still looking for somewhere to belong.
Bit like the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
He's lost another ally. South Australian Liberal Premier Steve Marshall has been given the boot, Within moments of realising he'd lost the election, Marshall told his staff to get me the out of here. He's been replaced by Labor's Peter Malinauskas. Australia was impressed with Anthony Albanese's trim new physique. Have a go at this guy.
Seriously? It's like you're photoshopped.
It's enough to make anyone feel like a daggy dad.
Take me to the April sun in Cuba.
Morrison will be saying that the South Australian result has no bearing on the upcoming federal poll, state issues and all that, but it's a bit of an eye-opener for the PM. Malinauskas' landslide victory means New South Wales and Tasmania are now the only blue states. Morrison will be thanking God he made mates with Mark McGowan when he did. He's welded himself to McGowan's hip and he's now going to have to stay there until the last vote is counted, whether he likes it or not.
Our Premier is charmed.
Oh, COVID cases dropped for the 4th consecutive day, and we are now at the point where elective surgery is back on the agenda. Amber Jade Sanderson credits the government's strong pandemic management for the lower than expected number of cases. Everyone with half a brain credits the fact that nobody is actually getting tested. We're in the middle of what McGowan told us was the most dangerous period for COVID. The peak is about to hit us, and on Sunday, only 11,000 people got PCR swabs. Twice as many people went to the footy. Back in September, when New South Wales were in the middle of it, they were doing 125,000 tests a day.
With any luck, the COVID peak will be a fizzer.
Just like the Skyworks. I'm Ben Harvey. For more Up Late, click the subscribe button below.